Well, I'm here exploring today, and as you can see, the problem I'm having with exploring around here is the same I was having last week, where there is just so much swamp. It's going to be hard to do this. There could be dump around here, but it's going to be hard to get to it. Just the fact that there's just so much water. Old foundation bricks, some old tin over here. I might walk over here somewhere. There might be something here, but there's other places I can look, and I'm going to do that. I'm hitting brick or something here. I don't know what. But let me keep and look around, and I'll get back to you. Okay, we're starting in our first homestead here, and we're going to try to avoid as much water as we can. These big old oaks have been here a long time, so I know there was a homestead back here. So let's go around, see what we can find, and I'll get back to you when I find something. Okay, big tree. Well, I'm trying to cross this creek, and I've come to an area where I look down, and lo and behold, I've got a bottle. It's an oldie. It's prescription or panel medicine with a prescription lip. Let's see. It looks pretty good. There's another one over here sticking out of the bank. This is muddy. Sorry about the way I'm moving my camera, but let's see what this is. Looks like a coffin flask sticking out of the mud here. So I got two fairly good sized older bottles. There's a piece of glass showing across there, and there may be some more stuff down here. I don't know, but so far, just stumbling around, I found two. That's a pretty nice little flask and a little bottle. So not skunked exactly, but it's not what I'm looking for. Let's keep on going with this, though. Well, I'm trying to cross this creek, and I've come to an area where I look down, and lo and behold, I've got a bottle. It's an oldie. It's prescription or panel medicine with a prescription lip. Let's see. It looks pretty good. There's another one over here sticking out of the bank. This is muddy. Sorry about the way I'm moving my camera, but let's see what this is. Looks like a coffin flask sticking out of the mud here. So I got two fairly good sized older bottles. There's a piece of glass showing across there, and there may be some more stuff down here. I don't know, but so far, just stumbling around, I found two. That's a pretty nice little flask and a little bottle. So not skunked exactly, but it's not what I'm looking for. Let's keep on going with this, though. Well, there's all kinds of structures in this place. There's another fallen down building. I'm here in a little outer building that apparently was here. There's, I guess that's farm equipment of some sort. Yeah, has some big big wheels to it. A corn thresher. I don't know what that would have been. It looks big and nasty. And I'm coming across bottles from time to time. As you can see, they're not what I would call collectible of any kind. It's spread all over the woods, which would be typical. If you come over here, there's one typical whiskey flask. They're all over. So let me go keep exploring. Maybe I'll come up with a soda somewhere. I mean, somebody must have drank a Coke at one point in this little area. Over here, you can see another one of these things. They're antiques. They're not new. Get around this tree and look at that. I could only imagine some kind of planter. I wouldn't know, but it's ancient, and there are things around it. So get around this big tree, see the front of it. Yeah, it was something. Maybe it was something to do with gravel. I don't know. So let's end with this for now and get back to you when I see something. And yet again, I find another building that has been forgotten. Here we do see some bottles. Again, they're not old. They look like your typical 50s trash. But as you can see, this building was put on concrete blocks, or concrete. And you could look, I don't walk all the way in here, but you could see, well, there's an old Coca-Cola sign right hanging on the wall. I don't know how good that is, but and there's another artsy looking. They covered their walls with whatever they had, so you could see the style of door it is. It isn't that great. I'm walking on a floor that's about to collapse, and I get over to that Coke. Well, sort of sturdy. I don't know. I'll take my weight. I'm not that heavy. There's a woman on there. You see that? And it's two pieces. I'll leave it be. There's nothing I can do about it. If I take it off, it'll just tear. So, leave it for the ghost of this old building. I'm gonna walk out of here. That was sort of hairy. That's where the chimney came down, and yeah, as you can see, there's the bottom looks like logs. So I'll look around here a little longer and see what comes up. If nothing, well, you've got to see the old homestead. There we go. And here's our second location. Maybe it's our third. And it turns out what this is a pecan farm, I guess, because there's a row of pecan trees here. And if you look inside here, you'll see some crates. And of course you'll see pecans. There's one down there. And I can't even get through this. This is ridiculously, but it's too dark to see anything. But there's a lot of eating up pecans and old tractor and you name it. It's all in here. There's another couple of barns. What's the interesting part is across the street. If I can get through there, I will. Again, all these buildings are pretty much dilapidated and have been taken over by vines. Whether I'm going to find any bottles here is questionable. You can see where structure or something was there. Human habitation. Somebody trimmed their pecan trees, and we're walking through the woods here, gingerly, of course. Wow. Get through these little things here, and this is another. This looks like a barn that they use to dry things with. It looks like I'll walk under it, but I'm gonna hold my breath because you can see it has teetered to the brink. There's bottles. You can see them laying around here, but they're all from the last century. From this, last century, the 20th century. Cone top something. All made from logs. You can see the foundation and the top part of it. It's all been made with timber that probably grew just in the woods around here. They're round nails, so they're wire nails, so I don't think this building goes beyond 1900. But here is what's left of the industry that really made a lot of people rich. There's a burlap bag. Does it say anything? I don't think so. It's all full of mold. It's just your standard bag you put pecans in. So there you have it. All that old-fashioned joinery. No bats today. I'm going to go across the street to see if I can find something salvageable. And if not, you can see there's a structure peeking over the horizon here. So let's see what we can do here, and I'll get back to you later. Now here's a building that I seen that was pretty interesting, because right off the bat I see the windows. There's plenty of them. There's not really that many buildings that have these kind of shuttered windows. So I decided, well, let's look inside and see what the story is. Well, you got half posts, but when you walk in here, you're going to notice some fancy stuff all around it, to the west. Well, what lends me to believe that this was possibly an old rail car. It had benches, maybe a trolley. It's hard to tell, but nobody would, and you have a vaulted type ceiling, so nobody would put in that much. I'm finding a label. Here's a label. What does it say? Pure bread. Wow. What the hell? That's an interesting. There's more of them. What is this? Pure bread cut. Red. Huh. Maybe we're taken, I think. Got something else over here. What's this say? Oh, the wind is blowing them. Old Dobbin. Well, you know what? I like this stuff. You don't usually find paper products in any condition, so I'm calling that a plus. I'm calling that a win. And as a matter of fact, the product line here is all in here. We've got some of it here. Well, pretty interesting. Orchard brand. There's another one here. Yeah, I'll pick this stuff up. This is interesting. This building has paid off for me. So, interesting. There's a closet over here, or at the back door, really. And it has an old curd jar. This was a place at some time. Whether it was an old restaurant, we do not know, but it does have interesting history to it. There you go. Signing off for now. And here we have the last of the homesteads we're going to look at today. This here is a newer building. I could tell because the outer buildings that fell down already had concrete blocks, and this one does have concrete blocks, but remember, they used concrete blocks in the 1900s, and as you can see, this place isn't in that bad of a shape. Let's see if I can get up here. Then we'll look. Cedar, which is probably the reason why it's still standing. And as you can see, wainscoting and the way the plastic chairs look and all that kind of thing. I don't believe people moved out of here until probably the 60s. But the floor is still in good condition. What's left of it anyway, and the building's not, for abandoned, it's not that bad. So there you have the last homestead that we're going to go and check out today. I'm going to try to get down off here and walk around. You know, trying to get through this stuff is like impossible. It's harder than getting to a dump. As you can see, it had framed windows, and there's a house right over here, so I don't want to go too much further. But as far as bottles are concerned, ixnay on that. But there you have it, the old homestead. See you later. Okay, well, here's my follow-up of the other day's journey through a small town and the outskirts of it, looking for old homesteads and dumps. Well, I found the homesteads, but the dumps were elusive. I couldn't really find anything firm. I did find some bottles, though. One was a knife-edge coffin flask, which I already gave away, and this was the other bottle that I had found in a creek as I was walking around over there, and the label wasn't with it. I put the label on just last night. I download these old labels, and I use them to decorate nondescript bottles like this medicine, and this is probably the label, that kind of label it would have been on this bottle, being, you know, a cough medicine. That could easily have been one. The main event, though, in all that exploring was discovery of some labels that I found in an old abandoned building, and they were being eaten up by rats, and I thought, well, I'll try to rescue a few of these, and I could use them for collages, or just, you know, people want them, I could give it to them. These were watermelon labels. They would be placed on watermelons for sale, and they advertised the company who grew these watermelons. We have one of them is Old Dobbin, which comes from Leesburg, and S.A. Fields and Company, a pretty generic name. Always the best watermelons, and so this would be stuck on the watermelon. The other one could be offensive today, and you know, our values and our beliefs have changed over the years. So using an ethnic person to advertise a stereotype is just you know, bad taste. But back then, people didn't see it that way, and I don't know whether black people had to say over their representation in advertising or not, but you know, things do change. But it's a sign of the times. It's a historic document in a way, and this here is a purebred red cut, and it was grown by Sanders, a big family in Fairfax, South Carolina, which was the town I was near. I was pretty close. I wasn't in the town, but I was out on the outskirts of it, and this was one of their products, a watermelon farm. But it was not only a watermelon farm. This place also grew pecans. There was a mile long of 6 rows of pecan trees, and that was I think their prime subject there. Fairfax is an interesting place, sort of a cute town, although it's been marred by railroad. The railroad cut through it in 2 ways, and so it split the town up. So it has sort of an odd configuration, but it's seen better days. As a matter of fact, about a quarter of it, if not more, is a ghost town. A lot of the houses are empty. It's just slowly dying. The railroad doesn't really stop there anymore. The industry that was there, which was a cottonseed mill that produced cottonseed oil. There was an electrical motor plant there for the railroad, I believe. All those things are gone now, and I mean, there's not even real much of a trace of any of them. And so poor Fairfax has suffered the brunt. Its population and its height was like 3,700. Now it's down to 1,500 or something of that. It lost, you know, 3/4 of its population. So to say it's shrinking is an understatement. But at any rate, so that's what I found. Well, I don't know what happened. I just got a little cut off. But yeah, I'm going to go out and dig a dump. So we'll see you there, and have a great day. Thank you, everybody.